would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
Is this who we are, America?
Build that wall! Build that wall! Build that wall!
Donald Trump standing with Vladimir Putin shames what it means to be an American.
Fired heroic generals, demanded loyalty over competence, turned the Justice Department into his...
Fired heroic generals, demanded loyalty over competence, and turned the Justice Department into a revenge machine. When your adversary is making a mistake, never interrupt him. The Lincoln Project knows this well, especially when it comes to Trump. Not only do they make fun of him, but their latest ad cleverly tricked Trump into becoming their top promoter. Stick with me as I walk you through how they set the perfect Trump trap and the hilarious meltdown that followed frame by frame. This isn't just funny, it's a masterclass in how easily those who know Trump's weak spots can manipulate him. But before we dive in, can I ask you a quick favor? If you like this kind of content, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. Surprisingly, almost 92% of visitors haven't subscribed yet. It only takes a second and costs nothing, but it means the world to us. Already subscribed? Awesome! Thanks so much for your support. Now, back to the video. Have you ever noticed how some people just lose control when you push their buttons? The Lincoln Project has made it their mission to figure out exactly which buttons to push on Trump. Getting under his thin orange skin? It's practically a science for them now. Their latest ad might be their best trick yet. Let's break it down frame by frame. The Lincoln Project didn't just throw out some insults or jokes. They crafted a precise setup that turned Trump into their unwitting spokesperson.
Not to lead, but to punish. He purged loyal Americans from government. He pardoned terrorists and criminals. This isn't a second term. It's Trump's second chance to end America. Let this guy steal your private data and wreck Social Security. Our allies betrayed. Ukraine sold out to Putin.
They cleverly played on Trump's ego is biggest weakness. The ad starts with unflattering images of him looking sweaty and disheveled, far from the polished image he tries so hard to project. The camera angles highlight his double chin and his signature orange tone, making it clear this was no accident. But the ad goes deeper than just mocking his looks. It shows other political figures staying calm and in control under pressure, drawing a sharp contrast with Trump. The message? He's not as tough as he wants people to believe. Then comes the part that really gets under his skin. They call him a failure. That's the word he hates most. Remember, he still hasn't admitted he lost the 2020 election. The Lincoln Project knows this, and they keep hitting that nerve. Every image, every word, they're all carefully chosen to provoke.
Going to build a wall. It's going to be built.
Donald Trump stands on the other side of the wall.
Wrong to get in bed with Putin. Wrong for an American president to call himself a king. Trump thought we'd give up without a fight, that we'd be too scared to push back. Well, fuck that, and fuck
him. Portrayed Trump as confused and out of his depth, while his opponents appeared calm and in control. At just the right moments, they used slow motion to highlight his awkward movements, even zooming in on his hands, knowing how self-conscious he is about their size. The ad is crafted with great pacing. It starts off subtle, then gradually builds, each insult landing harder than the last. It gives the sense of pressure slowly rising until Trump's anger boils over. It's like watching a chef carefully add ingredients to create the perfect disaster, Trump's disaster. And the timing of the ad's release was no accident. It dropped when Trump was already under fire on other fronts. The Lincoln Project made it clear. They weren't just criticizing him, they were turning their backs on him. No protection, no support.
I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
Is this who we are, America?
Never mind the thousands of lies I have told to you. Oh, so don't cry for me, Secret Service.
Knowing timed it perfectly. Trump was already under pressure, facing legal troubles and campaign problems, so they waited until he was emotionally drained. It was harsh, but effective, like landing a punch when someone's already off balance. And this wasn't their first time. The Lincoln Project has a proven playbook. Remember when they questioned his stamina, and he suddenly launched into a bizarre rant about walking down ramps? Or when they hinted his rallies were shrinking, and he immediately bragged about crowd sizes? They know exactly which buttons to push. This time, Trump took the bait completely. Within hours, he was fuming on social media, calling the Lincoln Project names like bigots and losers, and behaving erratically. He even started defending his looks, claiming he's in better shape than most men his age. And in the biggest twist, he shared the actual ad with his millions of followers to complain about how unfair it was, basically promoting it for them. Talk about doing their work for free. The Lincoln Project didn't need a huge ad budget. All they had to do was let Trump be himself.
Build that wall! Build that wall! Build that wall!
Donald Trump standing with Vladimir Putin shames what it means to be an American.
The truth is, I will infect you while on my joyride. I spread the virus.
I spread the virus. That's how one political commentator summed it up. Trump has basically become a one-man PR machine for anti-Trump ads. He just can't stop himself from reacting, even when the reaction only helps his critics. But why does he keep falling for the same tricks? Why can't a 77-year-old former president, with decades in the spotlight, just ignore a simple jab? The answer lies in how he's wired, and the Lincoln Project has figured that out. They understand what makes him especially vulnerable to these kinds of attacks. Think of that one friend who always takes jokes personally no matter how small. That's Trump. Instead of brushing things off, he amplifies them, turning small digs into national headlines, and his enemies know exactly how to trigger that reaction.
Which side of the wall are you on? Freedom or might makes right? America or Donald Trump?
All through my tweeting, my mad existence, I broke my promise, though COVID might just well kill you.
Trump tries to act like the guy who's above it all, the picture of self-control. Meanwhile, he behaves more like the person who storms out of a party because someone made a joke at their expense. If he ever actually read the Constitution, you'd have to get through his famously thin skin first. His history with criticism? It's like watching a toddler throw a fit when someone takes their favorite toy. Remember how long he feuded with Rosie O'Donnell just because she criticized him? Or when he mocked a reporter's disability in response to a tough question? Then there was the time he called Meryl Streep one of the most overrated actresses in Hollywood after she criticized him at the Golden Globes. He just can't let anything go. And yet, he keeps trying to sell the image of a tough, unshakable guy. Honestly, it feels like overcompensation. He's always telling us he's the strongest, smartest, most stable genius on earth, but give him even a small insult, and suddenly, he's rage posting at a M like a teenager nursing a breakup. Next,
Fired heroic generals demanded loyalty over competence, turned the Justice Department into his revenge machine.
Won't keep my distance. I always say too much. As for wearing masks and acting sane, that is nothing that I will ever do.
Never be honest. Anyone who spends hours arguing about the size of his hands with random people on Twitter probably isn't as tough as he claims. Trump calls himself strong and powerful, but his behavior has become a case study for psychologists. Many point to classic signs of narcissism: constant need for praise and zero tolerance for criticism. One analyst compared his reactions to a cat chasing a laser pointer. Whenever someone pokes at his ego, he can't stop himself from reacting. And this isn't just armchair psychology. It's like watching a textbook example play out in real life, right on the national stage. What really sets Trump apart from other politicians is how unable he is to let things go. Obama joked about his ears. Bush laughed off jabs about the way he spoke. Even Bill Clinton could chuckle at jokes about his appetite. But Trump? He'll derail major events just to defend himself from the tiniest insult. His emotional reactions feel instant, like there's no filter. He doesn't pause or reflect. He lashes out. And social media only makes this worse. While most politicians have teams managing their accounts, Trump uses his directly, giving him an open mic at all hours. That means when he's upset, There's no one to stop him from posting something impulsive at 2 a.m. The Lincoln Project knows this. That's why they drop their ads at just the right moments when they know he'll see them, take the bait, and do exactly what they want, respond emotionally in public, for everyone to watch.